We are about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be and the Los Angeles Chargers. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They started on the ground with Eckler. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 31-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Now it's Herbert. Allen's got it complete. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It was Anthony Barr that time who got in there and made the play. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Herbert. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
I can't believe what I want.
On 4th down, Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 33. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Caught by Allen. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. On second and 11 now. Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And the Chargers lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one good for 13 and the Charger first. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And the Chargers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Eckler. Touchdown, Chargers. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And here comes a return. First quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
And he will lose yardage at the 23-yard line. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And he coughed it up and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here, punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sets.
Yeah.
Punt it away, let your defense take over with better field position.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the 22, Herbert. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half by Hopkins. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Now the Cowboys are going to burn the first of their timeouts. Seconds to go in the first half of play. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Prescott on first down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Chargers 17, Cowboys nothing.
welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They'll run left with Pollard. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Oh, Prescott stripped. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, as these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Uses the stiff arm.
51 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
The runner precedes him. It's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, after that last sequence, they're sitting pretty comfortably. They force the fumble, get the field goal, and expand on that lead here in the second half.
And don't expect them to rest on their laurels after that kick either. They'll keep their effort up until the final whistle. They don't consider any lead safe.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. To throw is Prescott. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception. They got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Finding space at the 40. Down the right sideline. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 23. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Herbert now. Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. Touchdown! Comfortable lead. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20.